What a week for the Minnesota Lynx, man. They came out here and absolutely beat the absolute dog piss out of the Las Vegas Aces back-to-back games, and they just came out and they slowed down the Indiana Fever, who have been on an absolute tear for just about the last month. Slowed them down better than anybody has the entire, really, like I said, in the last month. And like I said, if you're somebody who's been high on them and just really believes in their ability to win a championship, your feelings have got to be at like an all-time high right now, because the way this team is rolling offensively and defensively, I just find it hard to believe that anybody in the league is going to be able to stop them come playoff time.
Where is the trigger in? Gets it to Moore. Moore will get it off. The shot is good. Game 3 belongs to Maya Moore and Minnesota.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JP, Joe Paul, back in love with building, man. Everybody's having a great day. All that good stuff, man. We should leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, man, if you haven't already. We appreciate everybody that hits the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification too, so you can make sure you get a notification every time that I upload on this channel, man. So, like I said, man, the Minnesota Lynx coming off a great week. You know what I'm saying? They beat the absolute dog piss out of the Aces. You know what I'm saying? Napheesa Collier has been, you know what I'm saying, absolutely showing her ass as an MVP candidate and just putting up great numbers. Like, just the last game against the Aces, she out-rebounded the entire team by herself. I believe she had 18 rebounds, and the Aces had 17 rebounds as a team. Like, the Aces also employ Asia Wilson, who's second in the WNBA in rebounds. You know what I'm saying? In many people's eyes, a unanimous MVP vote. And Napheesa Collier went out there and did that. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that you can sniff at, or you can really take away from her. That's just like a, you know what I'm saying? That's just a great overall feat. That's an insane stat to have on your resume. And for the Minnesota Lynx, man, they're coming out of this break. They're 6-0. They're 6-0 coming off the Olympic break. And Fees looked amazing coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? She's played just a phenomenal brand of basketball, just being able to just get to her spots, knock down those mid-range jump shots. Like, when she gets in that lane and she gets to pivoting, man, like, it's really a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you let her, she'll step through on you. If not, she has no problem knocking out, hitting a fadeaway shot on you. You're just in a real tough position when it comes to Napheesa Collier. And she has a great supporting cast around her. Bridget Carlton, Milana Smith, Kayla McBride, Courtney Williams, Natasha Heidemann, Dorka Juhas, really just anybody that gets in the game for this team is an absolute benefit on the team. They don't have a player out there that is, you know what I'm saying, a net negative that doesn't really impact the floor. Everybody that comes in the game, for one, they're an amazing three-point shooter. Like in today's game, they had Bridget Carlton knock down 4 threes. They had Kayla McBride knock down 4 threes. Natasha Heidemann knocked down 2 threes. And, like, just overall, just a great game. Like, really when they needed it most. Like, this is a game where I fully expected them to be just completely drained from playing the Aces 2 times in 3 days. Literally them just being a back-to-back. And the Fever, they haven't played since Sunday. And we'll talk about how I feel like that kind of impacted them in today's game a little bit later. But the Lynx came out. They looked fresh. They came out shooting very, very well out the gate. And I fully believe that. You know what I'm saying? That was going to be something that they were going to be able to sustain. Like, being able to shoot that well for that long after playing, you know what I'm saying, 2 games in 3 days, the past couple of days, that's not easy. And luckily for them, the Fever are not a great defensive team. Like, Napheesa Collier came out really, really hot, but she had 12 to 14 points in the first quarter alone, or really more so I think in the first half. Might have been the first quarter the way that she was scoring. Like, she would just get easy backdoor cuts to the rim. There's nothing that I really fully believed, and I had hope that Alyssa Smith was going to come out here today and put on a defensive masterclass that we had never seen before, something that we had never seen once in the season. I thought that Alyssa Smith was going to make it happen for us today, and she came out the gate and was a net negative defensively, giving up backdoor cuts, just letting Fee getting just way too many open shots. Like, Napheesa Collier today shot 12 or 18 from the floor. She knocked down 6 free throws, only knocked down 1 3, but just insanely efficient. 12 to 18, 66%. Like I said, just playing her game, you know what I'm saying, extremely well. Her teammates are very, very good at getting her the ball, whether it is driving down, you know what I'm saying, driving down the lane, whether it is finding her open on the 3-point line. They're very, very open, and they have no problem of giving her the ball and just letting them carry them. Like, she is their clear leader on the floor. And they just have great supporting pieces around them. You know, that 3-point shooting is something that I think is going to be a problem come playoff time. Like, for a team to have to really guard that 3-point line so well for, you know, a maximum of 5 games, that's going to be real difficult, man. That's going to be real difficult. It's going to be real tiring. And when it comes to their defensive ability to just rotate and get into the paint and just make it real hard for you defensively, like, the Indiana Fever are a team, like I said, they have been flying up and down the court, getting really just like easy buckets. They're really well the last month. And the Minnesota Lynx today, they were able to force turnovers. They were able to stop fast breaks. The Fever still got out in transition every once in a while. We're able to get a basket. But overall, especially in that fourth quarter, Minnesota did a great job of just slowing them down completely, making them have to play in a half court set, which is not the Indiana Fever strength, and Minnesota really just took advantage of that. And playing in the half court is also one of their strengths. You know what I'm saying? They can be playing in transition, but their real strength is really getting into their half court set and just having the ball move and being able to find those shooters on the 3-point line, or find Napheesa Collier floating somewhere around the basket or in that mid range area. They're just a really, really talented team. I've been very, very impressed with them since the beginning of the season. They're somebody that I've said that when they're healthy, I feel like they're just probably one of the best teams in the W this year, and they're steadily climbing up the ranks right now. They're third in the standings right now. I believe they're a game behind the Connecticut Sun, who had a big win today against the Liberty to keep them that game up on Minnesota. But Minnesota's coming, man. Minnesota's coming. Connecticut's gonna have to really keep pace, because I'm not sure what the Lynx schedule looks like. Let's actually look it up real quick. So the Lynx have the Mercury on Wednesday, they have the Wings on Friday, and then they have the Sky on Sunday, the Fever again of the following Friday. Like, they have a real potential to take this 6-0 to 10-0. Like, these are definitely all winnable games for them. Like, they believe they've already beaten the Mercury. I believe that they've already beaten the Sky. They just smoked the Fever. They're a legit team. They're a legit team, and come playoff time, I think that New York's really gonna have to deal with them, because they're not a team that's just gonna go away. They're very, very well coached. They're very, very well just put together overall, and I think that they're insanely talented. Let's talk about the Fever side of it. The Indiana Fever, man, they did not play well for a team that had not played in almost a week. They came out, very sluggish. They came out and didn't really play their game for most of the game. And like I give a lot of credit to the Minnesota defense for being able to and shutting that down, but they were not the same free flowing, fast paced team that we had seen them be in the last 3 games. Caitlin Clark had a decent game, man. She had 23 points. She had 8 assists, 5 rebounds. 8-18 from the floor, so I think that's like a typical game for her at this point. She's not going to be over 50%, so 44% is very solid for her. Like, she had an overall solid game, but she wasn't really herself when it came to getting out there and setting the pace for the team. Like, Kelsey Mitchell was the main catalyst when it comes to the Indiana Fever being able to push the ball up and down the court, and like, you can just tell that them not being able to get up and down the court with Caitlin, and them not being able to really get Aaliyah Boston going. Aaliyah Boston finished the game with a double-double. She had 10 points and 15 rebounds, but she just her impact was not really felt for me on the offensive end. I don't think that she really got an opportunity to really play make like she did in previous games. I don't think she really got many opportunities in the post. She shot 5 for 11, so like, she was also a victim of Minnesota's great swarming in the paint. Like, it was just a real just tough game for her, and Indiana not being able to rely on that, and them having to try to find offense in other places. Like, Damiris Dantas had a fantastic game today. It's literally the best game I've seen her play in a Fever jersey. She had 8 points, knocked down, I believe, a couple threes and a jump shot. Just played an overall solid game. In that fourth quarter, I feel like she took way too many shots. It wasn't anything that she was doing wrong. I feel like she was ball hogging. Caitlin was just finding her because she was just wide open. So Minnesota was like, hey, if Damiris wants to come out here and knock down 9 threes and beat us, then we'll just take that, and that just wasn't going to happen. So for Fever fans, man, I wouldn't be too worried about this loss. Like, it's a real. It was a tough game going into it. I had hope, of course, because Minnesota's coming off of, the tough week they had playing against Las Vegas twice, and then them playing against the Fever tonight, and it wasn't your night, man. You guys, and for a team, like I said, for a team that didn't play for an entire week, they just came out. They didn't come out with the right energy, and I want to give a piece of that to the coaching. Like, them not being, they should have came out way faster, way fresher. Like, I feel like the coaches should have hammered home the point that the Minnesota Lynx had just played 2 games in 3 days prior to this. They just played literally last night against one of the better teams in the WNBA, and you guys should have that advantage. And as the game went on, like I said, I felt like that Indiana should at some point have been able to go on a run. They did a little bit in the second quarter to bring the game close, but coming out of the half, they came out flat again, and just before you know it, Minnesota has built up a lead, and they're trying to play from behind, and they're just in a real tough position. So still, man, I wouldn't be too worried about it if you're a Fever fan. It is what it is. We'll be back at it again, I think, on Monday to play it against the Atlanta Dream, who have been playing very, very great. I'm actually going to post that video about the Atlanta Dream maybe before this one, probably after this one. We'll see. But yeah, man, that's all I got for the video, man. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this game. Oh yeah, before I get out of here, Maya Moore, man, she retired her jersey today with the Minnesota Lynx. Big shout out to her. I absolutely love Maya Moore, everything that she's done for the game. I'm actually very disappointed in myself for not having her shirt on right now, But just, you know what I'm saying, love Maya Moore, love what she did for the game, coming out here winning those 4 championships with just that overall legendary group that they had with Lindsay Whalen, with Simone Augustus. You know what I'm saying, I'm forgetting a couple of names. I believe Brunson was one of the names. I'm blanking on the last name, but just an overall just fantastic group, legendary group. You know what I'm saying, just watching Maya Moore when she was in UConn and then transitioning to the WNBA. She just quickly became one of my favorite players because she just played the game right. You know what I'm saying? She gave effort every single time up and down the court. She was she was an absolutely amazing scorer. I loved her ability to get to just find her spot and get to, you know what I'm saying, and just knock the shot down. She was very, very reminiscent of Kobe to me. Maybe that's why. There's the fact that her, you know what I'm saying, she was just so good at just playing her game, getting to her spot, and nobody could stop her from doing that. I just really, really admired that about her. So seeing her being able to retired and just hearing her talk, you know what I'm saying, hearing her talk during the second quarter was just absolutely incredible. At the same time, I'm very, very upset that she decided to bring her husband to this event today, because that man just reminded me of the reason why Maya Moore is not a 7-time champion. And I ain't going to get into it because, you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to be a good night for Maya Moore, and I'm not trying to bring negativity or nothing like that. But brother, if you see this video, I just want you to know that I didn't forget. And your apology is not accepted. I'm not even sure of your apology, but you should apologize, and it's not accepted. But that's all I got for y'all. Peace and love, family. Leave a like, leave a comment. Deuces.